check the audio. Shalom, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Check the audio real fast. All right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
As always, we're going to praise the glory and honor to the
Hashem,
Again, the great millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations out there to the hopeful elect. All right, another day. All right, another week. All right, Babylon the Great. All right, coming into the end times of this place. We also going to see major prophecies according to the Bible happen. Right. We can also get into you still got Jakes out here, wacky tacky, because his brother was on the way here. He was learning about the Baton Rouge camp, dealing with a guy, I think it's Jake. Jake, 2026, finna be 2027. Jake still in his mindset, all right? What was it again?
He was pretty much trying to, the usual Christian thing, salvation's for everybody. He brought up that one in Acts, neither Jew nor Greek.
Yeah.
Thinking that the Greeks and the Romans, that's speaking of Edomites and, understanding the scriptures, which brothers for the longest time have been going into. That's talking about Israelites living after that lifestyle.
Right, we're going to go into that too a little bit, because still in 2026, you have a Jake that will read scriptures. They're so into colorism. They see Greek, and the only thing took in was Greek people, white people. Not understanding that, just like in this kingdom, you had all nations, like me and this brother was saying. You have literal Romans positioned in the spot in the world. You had Africa, you had Asia, you had the European nations, Mediterranean. That was a melting pot of people alone, man. That was a melting pot of buying and selling and trade. So how you get white people and all that, man? Right? So we're gonna go into that a little bit too, man. All right? Because like I said, you so-called Christians, not say so-called for a reason. You're truly not the real Christians. The real Christians are really the men, all right, that's in the know and follow what the Yahweh truth and spirit, man. Right? Y'all follow the seeds of Bourdieu, all right, and the so-called white man. All right? And it's hard, which is not for you. If it's that hard for you to get the scriptures, battle for the scriptures, then hey, this is not for you. Go ahead. Hey, we'll get into that if need be.
This is Acts chapter 2.
Yeah. Tweaking. I'm watching it. Tweaking to come over there. This is your ass tore up, man.
This is Acts chapter 2, dealing of the times of the Pentecost. Now, when this was noised abroad, the multitude came together and were confounded, because that every man heard them speak in his own language. Verse 7, and they were all amazed and marveled, saying one to another, behold, are not all these which speak Galileans?
They were speaking different languages, but they were what? Different parts of that region. But they don't tell us, go ahead. I'm getting ahead of myself.
And the apostles, the Spirit got on them to speak in tongues, to speak in the different languages of these, as he's about to say.
And we'll get into that. Speaking in tongues is not the understanding that you have in this time. But they tell you speaking in tongues is alabosha, shalababa, all that stupid shit at church, man. All right? Speaking in tongues is talking about speaking in different languages. But when you read the scripture, it says when you do speak in those different languages, Spanish, Greek, Hebrew, all right, whatever language that was spoken in those times, you have to interpret it what you say. These niggas in the church will say alabosha, shababa, and don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. They think that's speaking in tongues, and it has nothing to do with speaking in tongues, the truth speaking in tongues of the Bible, man. Right? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And how hear we every man in our own tongue, wherein we were born? Parthians and Medes.
Parthians, they had men of Medes, nation of Medes, living there. All right? Amongst the culture man. Go ahead.
And Elamites,
Yep.
and the dwellers in Mesopotamia, and in Judea, in Cappadocia,
Yep.
in Pontus, and Asia.
In Asia, man. And then, like I say, hey, your little minds can do this. You hear about men, Israelite men, so-called black, but Native American men, so-called black men being in Asia. That pop a little nigga brain, man. Oh, people see that happening. Go ahead.
I forgot to read verse 5. And there were dwelling at Jerusalem Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Jews, all right? These were Israelites. He said there was devout men, so there was believers. Devout men of what?
Devout men, Jews, devout men out of every nation under heaven.
Out of every nation under heaven. So every nation, in no time of that region, it was what? There were Israelites living there. Same thing today. They have Israelites in all nations, which was a part of the curse, which was something that befell on us, man. That we're gonna be pushed in every region, every nook and cranny of this planet Earth, man. And we're gonna be amongst those nations, living as those nations, and over the test of time, procreating, looking like the other nations, man. Because you best believe if an Israelite man right now, he said a Judite man, he gets with an Edomite woman. He pops up. He gets kids. Those kids come and they pop Edomites. And those kids pop Edomites. And those kids pop. How do you think they're going to look over time? Like Edomites, man. All right? And it's simply hard for you to understand it. It's simply hard for you to understand a man's seed, man. How seed works. Over here in the Western Hemisphere, you believe that seed is based off the woman. Seed is based off skin color. What you boneheads over there are dumb, man. And like I said, the elite members have done a whole wicked job on you, man. They have tore you people up mentally. But go ahead, I just had to go on it.
Hey.
It's crazy. Okay.
Hey, remember that Jake was asking, neither Jew nor Greek. Phrygia and Pamphylia in Egypt.
One of you brothers have your little government compact? Yeah, get it.
And in parts of Libya, Septimius Severus, a Roman emperor, was from.
Yeah. Jakes, man. Jake. And like I say, if you look at it, I ain't got that bag on me, man. In the bag, I got like a Apostle always say, it's the book, you call it the data, man. If you look into that book, all those different regions that he's speaking about, even Moscow, Russia, Asia has, they have paintings of Israelites, man. All right? And you did a beautiful job on the lesson explaining them what you brothers been knowing this. You looked up, go ahead, even to the 15, how they thought of it being backwards, man. Because of the righteous, like brother said, you look at all the Israelites, and they was ruling, which they was all, but they believed in the scriptures. They had, when you look at their paintings, you look at their sculptures, their clothes. When you look at the Edomite sculptures, butt-ass naked, man. No, you go into that a little bit. You got a little more?
A little more, just
Go ahead.
Parts of Libya about Cyrene, and strangers of Rome.
Strangers of Rome. They had Jews in Rome, man. And practically at the end, Jake took over that goddamn place, man. Just as Jake, look at the culture here in this Rome. Most of the culture is led by what? Jake. They got Edomite little kids that put on Kobe Bryant jerseys, man, LeBron James, Jordan. All right? They wanna what's that nigga name? 1900 Rugrat. Cracker got an AR. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm shooting. They want to be Jake, man. We the glue. We the salt of the earth, man. We the season. Everybody wants to be us, and they don't want to be us at the same time. They want the flavor. They want the swag we got, but they ain't trying to go through the curses. They ain't trying to go through the hardships.
They want the benefits without the accountability.
Yeah. Because what? All things flow through Israel, man. Even in Jake wickedness, all things flow through us, man. If Jake was to stop going to these stores, buying up everything, if Jake was to stay inside, this place would be bland as a motherfucker, man. Hey, fuck it, we're not doing nothing no more, man. Because they come up with the hairstyle, the dress, the dress up, the lingo, all that, man. You fucking Edomites haven't done a goddamn thing, man. You don't have nothing. You steal shit. Let's not get into the Chinese man. Oh my Lord, we haven't done shit. All right, there's nothing special about you. All right, Eli. Oh my, you got a non-factor in there, man. But go ahead. That's all you do. Like you said at the beginning. That's all you do, man.
Give me the robot.
Yeah. That's all you do, man. There's nothing special about you.
And strangers of Rome.
And strangers of Rome. Where?
Jews and proselytes.
Jews and proselytes.
Cretes, which Crete is an island, one of the islands that's a part of Greece.
Yep.
So Greece, Cretes and Arabians. We do hear them speak in our tongues the wonderful works of the Most High.
Yeah, and I know a dude right now. I think his woman is from them. What's that place? They got the sea. They got the Israelite flag.
Sardinia.
No, that's Sardinia. I think they flag, it has like, it's squares, like white square, red square, blue square. You know where that lady's from. She like Sicilian or Italian? Something like that. She's dealing with a jig right now, man. Really, I'm gonna sit the jig name. That you, Kelly Russell? Yeah, his woman, I think his woman from that place, man. And she look like an Edomite, but she act like a black woman, man. You know? What's all I gotta say? That's hard. Right. It's another one. That's not the flag. I can't think of the flag. I can't think of the face right now. I don't know. I'll think of it. Oh, well. But that's what messes you Jake's up. You can't see Israelites, all right, being amongst all these other nations over there. You simply, like me and the brother was playing in the car, you simply believe, you see Africa, you got black in your mind. You see Italy, you see Spain, Portugal, all right, those nations, you simply believe white coming in your mind, all right? Show you how you're systematically indoctrinated, man. How about you Christians shouldn't be picking up the Bible. Talking about coattail. Yeah, I think this was. They had another flag though. Yeah, but I think that's what she's from though. And she looked like a Edomite though. Super pale. But when you hear her talk, when you hear her when you see her talking, you see, yeah, she's for crazy. If you simply hear her talking, you see her go about her day, talking to dinner. She had a lot of sauce, man. That's the other one. Somebody got that Greek right there. I got the Zion in his probably Helen. That was it? Yeah.
Elder mentioned that one of the curses of the Israelites is that we were scattered amongst all nations. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 64. And the Lord Yahweh shall scatter thee among all people, from one end of the earth even unto the other. That's plain, man. Right. So everywhere there's people, there's Israelites. And they're not going to look like Wesley Snipes. They're going to look like the people that's so-called indigenous to that land.
We know that you small hats out there, we know that you ain't been scattered to everywhere on the planet Earth, man. They try to fulfill that. Hey, them motherfuckers vote there and fly there and then take over, say that they was the one, that was a part of the church. No, you wasn't scattered through cargo, transatlantic slave trade, all right? You wasn't scattered like that.
After the curse to take over somebody's land,
yeah,
and their financial institution.
Yeah. Them prophecies fit only in one nation and one nation only. Right? You don't fit that. Even though you try to fulfill Jeremiah 14:2 by wearing black, wearing the short tip of curls, you shaved the woman, you shaved your woman head off. The woman shaved her hair low on purpose. The Israelite woman just bald headed. She just had alopecia by nature. Yeah. Y'all, and that's what y'all do, try to fulfill prophecy, man. Which we already know the gig is up. You wear those round hats because it go back to Saturn, man. Worship of Saturn. All right? You ain't so a secret anymore, man. The world knows that you're the synagogue of Satan. Okay? You got that? Go to the you know Greek. You got the main one? No. Yeah, you got it. Okay.
Yeah, that's the word Hellenist and the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says,
hold on, let him read the scripture.
This is Galatians 3:28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahushua.
One more time.
Galatians 3:28. There is neither Jew nor Greek. There is neither bond nor free. There is neither male nor female, for ye are all one in Hamashiach Yahushua.
All you see, all you Christians, all you hear, Jew nor Greek, there's no difference. That's all thing you heard. And one in your house shop. That's all they hear. Sweet Jesus. We all one. That's all y'all think about. We one blood, which is bullshit, man. So let's see what they're talking about. Got it? You got it.
Oh no, I was.
Blue letter?
Yeah.
Give him the blue letter. We're gonna see what it says in the Donovan too.
they're sneaking with the blue letter with it.
Yeah, man, like I said, and that's all you heard. Y'all read the scriptures verbatim. Y'all take the words that the scriptures apply right there, and you take them literal, not knowing that each and every one of these words in the scriptures have what we know goes back to the Strong's Concordance. It has origins, all right? It has different meanings. It don't mean what you see. Y'all see John 3:16. John 3:16. For God to love the world, you think it's talking about the whole world, everybody. I don't know how you get it out of that, but we get to that conclusion with y'all. Y'all believe it, everybody. You have to go for those who don't know, I'm gonna say that. For those of you who don't know, the Bible is broken up literally two parts. The Old Testament deals with the Hebrew. The New Testament deals with what? The Greek. Sometimes we have to even incorporate the Latin in that, man, to get an understanding of things. Right? Now, that Galatians he read was in what? It was in the New Testament. So you have to go into the Greek and they give you a broader understanding of things, man. Sometimes you have to go a little deeper than that. All right? Go ahead.
Now, the thing is too, is when you do go into the Strongs, they're tricky with it because they've got three different definitions for Greek in there. One is Hellenistes, one is Helen, and one is Hellas. One's talking about the land, one's the definition we want to get, and then one, I'm going to read the one in Galatians first, and then get the Strong, the Zondervan.
And you see, you need a true teacher to break these things down to you. Pastor Rip Tip and Deacon Donut, all right, them niggas ain't breaking nothing down. They're not breaking that down in the middle of the church view, on the screen, laser pointer. They don't know what the hell they're talking about, man. And they would not teach you the truth. You have to have a teacher that go and tell you this. This means this is the definition you're looking for. This definition means the land. This definition means cosmos. This one means Archimedes, eon. You know, Go ahead,
So this is that word Greek in the Galatians 3:28. It's G1672, Hellene, which is the key point. It says, a Hellen, Grecian, or inhabitant of Hellas, or Greece, by extension, a Greek-speaking person. Now listen to this, especially a non-Jew. They put emphasis on that, and they also put it here. In a wider sense, the name embraces all nations, not Jews, that made the language, customs, and learning of the Greeks their own. The primary reference is to a difference of religion and worship.
And it happens, over time, I've been around a lot of different nations growing up. Once I left here, went to different parts of this country, all right, you see it among Jake, and you see other nations lose their culture. They got certain Moabites that come over here from their land, and then they lose everything. They have kids, and their kids don't know the Mandarin. They don't know none of what their family them originally knew. And they begin to do what? They start to pick up the cultures from him. The eating culture, the dressing culture, English, even the wicked habits, man. We know why you Persians and you other Arabs, you come over here to wild out, man. The women and the men. All right? And over time, what happens? You lose yourself. Their nation is weakened, right? You through. But the same thing happened with Israelites, man. All right? They became accustomed to those nations, and they lost their heritage. They became, somebody get First Maccabees, so we all got to go to the foundation. Huh. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, it'll break it down better when you get that definition.
Yeah, go ahead.
And it's that word Hellenes.
Go back to the Greek. All right, we'll go when it says Jew no Greek. Go ahead.
It says Hellenes, Jews who made Greek their tongue, and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices.
So let's read it again. Read it again.
Jews who made Greek their
Jews.
tongue.
One for the Israelites. Right? Judah, Benjamin, Levi. That made, you just got to deal with these major words. That made what?
Greek their tongue.
That made Greek their tongue. So they originally wasn't speaking Greek. They originally wasn't speaking Greek. But by them integrating and going to these different lands, they begin to do what? They start to mingle, start to be integrated into their culture, man. Go ahead.
And with it often adopted Greek ideas.
Another word. Let's stop right here. Often did what?
Adopted.
Adopted. You got to deal with that. That's how you go through books. That's how you go through the scriptures. You got to break down and stop and understand what it's saying. You can do reading, but you got to have also what? Comprehension. Go ahead.
It says, and with it often adopted Greek ideas and practices.
Ideas and what? Practices, man.
I got that Acts 6:1, one of the reference precepts, because remembering Galatians, it said, it specifically emphasized, especially non-Jews. So everybody else but the Jews were either Greeks or could have adopted that fashion. Well, this is Acts 6:1. And in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews, because their widows were neglected in the daily ministration. Now, when we get this word Grecian, because it's mentioning Greek and Jews here, it's G1675 Hellenistes, which says, used in the New Testament of Jews born in foreign lands and speaking Greek.
That's plain. That's gun smoke, right? Read that part again, that little snippet.
So it said Grecians and Hebrews, G1675 Hellenistes, used in the New Testament of Jews born in foreign lands and speaking Greek. A Hellenist or Greek-speaking Jew.
You can drop the mic on him, man. All right?
pretty much is the same thing.
Go ahead.
This is Acts 6:1 in the GMT. It says, sometime later, as the number of disciples kept growing, there was a quarrel between the Greek-speaking Jews and the native Jews. The Greek-speaking Jews claimed that their widows were being neglected in the daily distribution of funds.
That's plain, man. You can't get around that. Right.
When Paul, the man that wrote Galatians and the books that you read, he himself said that he was a Jew. And Yahweh spoke to him in the Hebrew. So that means he understood Hebrew. Right? And this Romans, well, get this one first. This Acts 22 and 25. It said, and as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, it is lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned.
Hey, that's what I'm telling him.
Oh, you telling him?
I'm telling him to get that.
Come. So Paul was saying, look, I'm a Roman.
You're
And
running deep,
then,
man.
then get it in Romans 11. He said, I'm an Israelite from the tribe of Benjamin.
Hebrew, the
A
Hebrew.
Hebrew. And who he was writing, neither Jew nor Greek, which Paul was the understand. Paul was the head apostle of the Gentiles, right? Or he got the understanding of the Gentiles, all right? This says that Peter was the head of the circumcision. Paul was the head of the uncircumcised. But they're the Jews, all right? Or those that didn't know they was Israelites. Yahweh gave him the understanding to go and start to preach and teach to those to come out of those nations. All right? It says, and as they bound him with thongs, Paul said unto the centurion that stood by, is it lawful for you to scourge a man that is a Roman and uncondemned? Get that word Roman right now. It's going to say from the city, but just get it. When the centurion heard that, he went and told the chief captain, saying, take heed what thou doest, for this man is a Roman. They say from Roman, from Tarshish. All right? Now, where's Tarshish located at? It says, then the chief captain came and said unto him, tell me, art thou a Roman? And he said, yes. Now,
He was running, we call it there, he was running G, man.
running big G. Now this, don't slack it.
Nah, go ahead.
This Romans 11:1. I say then, had God cast away his people? God forbid. For I am also an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin, man.
Yeah. So right there,
In the land of
so right there, he was confessing
yes.
what he was, or what he was truly is, man. And he knew that, but he knew how to finesse the system,
Yeah.
as we say. He knew how to go in and out the system. But what's the other one, man?
He even wished that one of them was a Jew, one of the Romans. Yes, it's one. He even wished that Agrippa could be an Israelite.
Hey, that's what I told him to get that.
Oh, come.
I told him to get that.
You got the word Roman? What it says, go ahead, read it.
Roman outside of the usage is G 45:14. And it says a resident of the city of Rome is Roman citizen.
So Paul was say is a Roman citizen, right? Born amongst the Romans.
Are we not American citizens?
Yeah, we're American citizens, but we understand our heritage, man. We know that. So even though we are, but you got people over there that's westernized and Americanized and believe we just came from Africa. Nah, man, we fled into Africa, fleeing Roman persecution. All right, then we was taken over in the transatlantic slave trade where we was sold, all right, to different places on this earth. And you kept, Jakes was over there too. They didn't take all the Israelites from over there, man. You got it.
Didn't that one Roman say, once you that Egyptian that caused that? Hey, backing up what you said, westernization makes everybody think we're from Africa.
From Africa.
They had Hellenization back then, so looking at him, they would have thought, oh, you're an Egyptian.
Yeah.
All so-called, whatever they would have used back then. Negroes, they come from Africa.
I got it.
IPOs.
I get this last one. This second Maccabees 5 and 19. It says, nevertheless, our power did not choose the people for the place's sake, but the place for the people's sake, man. So wherever the Israelites are, no matter what name they will be, like you always use that with the UFC dude, and only got a son in either China, Japan. All right, and so no matter where Jake at, you still like if you're an Israelite.
Quentin Rampage Jackson.
Yeah, Quentin Rampage Jackson. Come on, brother. All right, you still an Israelite, but he got a son that look like a totally different. He look like a Moabite. You got it.
He got a son in America that look like by a so-called black woman. He look like a Jake. Then he got a son. He got a son and a daughter by an Asian woman, and they look totally different. They got brown skin, but they look totally different, man. And they live totally different because they what? In Japan. All right.
And his son is Jake too, man. You hear him talking and how he operate in spirit. Yeah, well, he Jake, but you know, we just saying they mingled amongst the heathen, as it says in the Psalms. They learned all their works and ways, all right? And then they start worshiping the idols. So when we get here, we'll start doing, hey, when in Rome, what it says, do as the Romans do. So when in America, do as Americans do. You know, so you can't really tell the difference in the people, man. But we know it through spirit. The spirit revealed unto us that we what? We're the children of the Most High, man. You got it. You got the one with the gripper? Come on, you got it, man. Which one?
When you read Acts the 26th chapter, Apostle Paul is basically running game on the Edomite. This is the conclusion right here. This is Acts 26:27. King Agrippa, believest thou the prophets? I know that thou believest. Then Agrippa said unto Paul, almost thou persuaded me to be a Christian. You know that word Christian goes in the nigger, all right? It's the believers of the Messiah. So he was running game on it, which a lot of people don't understand the Bible at all. They don't understand the actual history. They pick it up and try to make it a religious book. But there's actual historical accounts of Jake being what he is, a supplanter. Right? Jake runs game on the heathen, which we still do. Okay.
And they're easy to run game on too. Right? The Lord didn't bless them. The Lord didn't bless them with that.
This is 1 Peter 1:1, which, as the brother said, Peter is the head of the church. He's also the apostle of the circumcision. So let's see who he's writing his letter to. Peter, an apostle of Yahweh Mashiach, to the strangers scattered throughout Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. Now, this is in the NLT. It says, this letter from Peter, an apostle of Yahweh, I am writing to the Most High's chosen people who are living as foreigners in the provinces of Pontus, Galatia, Cappadocia, Asia, and Bithynia. So when you go to that word strangers and scattered, it's talking about Israelites that are living in foreign lands. Clearly, it's not talking about actual heathen. It's talking about Jakes that are living in the land as a foreigner. That's plain.
The people before place. No matter where the place of the people at, they still gonna be the people they be telling you.
Yeah.
It's just the sin.
How often you keep understanding, man?
It's plain to the whole.
It is. Right.
Stumbling blocks to the wicked.
Yeah. This is all what Paul was doing back then. Paul was doing the same thing Solomon was doing back then. Right? This is always bring this out every now and then. This is 2 Chronicles 1:10. It says, "Give me now wisdom." Now he was saying this amongst our people. How much more the heathen? Paul knew how to dwell amongst our people. He knew how to dwell amongst the heathen, man. It says, "Give me now wisdom and knowledge, that I may go and come in before this people." So who can judge this people that is so great? And like I said, Paul was very, what do we say?
Witty?
That's a good word. He was very witty, very slick,
Savvy.
Yeah, he was very serpent-like.
Yep.
Right? He knew how to maneuver amongst these people, man. He, like I always say, even now as an Israelite, man, you gotta learn to wear different suits, man. When you're around Jake, you should be able to have the lingo and have the mannerisms that Jake. But then you gotta get in the business setting. You gotta learn to get in the business setting, right? You gotta know how to dibble and dabble, man. You can't be a Jake and you just stuck in the hip hop. But you need to go have business to get $500,000 fucking check though, man. Even though you get that, you still not what's the word, man? You don't have to adapt, but you're not gotten by that shit. You're not moved by that shit, man. You just handling business. That's another thing you get to learn in this truth. Like you have no over time you learn to have no feelings, no thought about how the dealings of this world. You deal with it and you come back to your original place, man, with the truth, man. Right?
Yeah, bring it out right now. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1, and verse 41. And it reads, moreover, King Antiochus wrote to his whole kingdom that all should be one people, and everyone should leave his laws. So all the heathen agreed according to the commandment of the king. Yea, many also of the Israelites consented to his religion and sacrificed unto idols and profaned the Sabbath. For the king had sent letters by messengers. Or you going to do in the beginning?
One about
7 to 8. You want about 7 to 8. This the book of First Maccabees, chapter 1 and verse 7, and it reads, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bear rule and his servants bear rule.
I got it. Bring that out. That's Gunsmoke right there.
Yeah, I think that's
10 to 11.
Yeah.
In those days,
Yeah.
Verse 8, it says, and his servants bear rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
All his different four generals that was under Alexander, man. Right? They all took up different problems. Right? But over time, what they thought they'd do? They thought the war was a problem, man. Right? And in the midst of that happening, Jake was caught in the midst of all this shit. While all these, remember, when they were having all these wars, Jake was in that region, sandwiched in between the shit. All right? Go ahead.
It says, and after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves.
Mm-hmm.
So did their sons after them many years. And evils were multiplied in the earth.
Yeah, evils were multiplied there. When these goddamn devils got in the power, man, all right, the earth been in the tailspin the whole goddamn time. All right? And we see that in the studies of this. They started to indulge themselves in all sorts of things of the Greeks and Romans, man. Orgies, all right, all sorts of shit. Idol worship, the eating of swine, you name it. Go ahead.
Verse 10 it says, and there came out of them a wicked root, Antiochus, surname of Epiphanes.
Yeah, this nigga here.
Son of Antiochus the king, who had been an hostage in Rome, and he reigned in the 137th year of the kingdom of the Greeks.
Okay, keep going.
In those days, went there out of Israel wicked men who persuaded many.
Hold up, read that part again.
It says, in those days,
in this time, go ahead.
Went there out of Israel wicked men.
Went out of Israel. Right? Wicked men that did what?
Who persuaded many, saying, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen.
Let's go and make a covenant with the heathen. Let's get down with their liking. Right? What they're doing. I noticed Jake never wanted to do nothing of their own. They don't want their own. They want to be like the nations. The nations have a king. We want a king. Right? The nations live like this. We want to live like this, man. All the while, we are the ultimate power, man. What the fuck we need those nations for?
He gave us the best culture.
Yes.
We lost
statutes, and commandments. Nothing trumps that. A lot of people just want to live like they always say, like the heathen. They want their women to be loose. Right? They want to have democracy. They want to vote on this and that. They want to do whatever they want. Yeah, the nations. Yeah, the nations let that woman have power to rule on them. You simp niggas want the same thing too, man.
They don't have no law.
Yeah, have no law. It's lawless.
Yeah.
We have the power and the source, and Jake still want a fucking heathen, man. Huh?
Thank God.
Yeah.
You want to be a human.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be mortal, man. What is it, mortal?
Yeah, mortal.
Yeah, you want to be mortal, man. When the Lord made us, the Lord set us up in place to be immortal, to be literal gods on the earth. You want to live like the fucking peasants, man. These other nations ain't shit. That's in the Bible, man. I can back it up too. The Lord set them up to be nothing. Less than nothing, man. I know say that too. We can back that up. All right? Don't get your goddamn panties in a bunch. The Lord does say the Bible, man. Go ahead, Al.
It says, let us go and make a covenant with the heathen that are round about us.
Yep.
For since we departed from them, we have had much sorrow. So this device pleased them well.
And they were doing that back then. Even on the scene, even when Yahushua came on the scene, they said, hey man, we must take him out, we must do something with him. Because if we don't, he's gonna take what he's doing, he's gonna take us
The Romans are going to come and take what we had.
the Romans gonna come take what we had because he's bucking the system. Why did he kill a man that he's all love? Let me get this too. My phone. Why? Why did he kill a man that the world said was all love? He loved everybody. Because he was bucking the fucking system. He was bucking against the Romans. He was bucking the higher up of his own nation, man. Instead calling them niggas wicked, calling them foxes and vipers and serpents, man. The same thing we're doing. We'll be considered barbarians of this society, man. Rebels of this society. But we buck the system. We buck against you, Jake, too. All right? Especially you ones that know what's going on, man. You niggas get paid off. All right? You start doing all sorts of manner of wickedness and wild shit. All right? Go ahead. You want to y'all want to put something up there, right?
I got the info for you too.
Oh yeah, that's that heat right there, brother. That's that heat right there. It's not fun. Yeah, finish it out right there.
God. This verse 13, it says, "And certain of the people were so forward herein that they went to the king who gave them license to do after the ordinance of the heathen."
You give them what?
To do license.
They had talks. They sit down, and what? The king gave them license. He gave them approval to do as they want to do, man.
Permission. Yeah.
Go ahead and do that shit. All right, go ahead.
It says, verse 14, "Whereupon they built a place of exercise at Jerusalem, according to the customs of the heathen, and made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy covenant, and joined themselves to the heathen, and were sold to do mischief."
They did what with the heathen?
It says, "And made themselves uncircumcised, and forsook the holy
They made
covenant."
themselves. They made themselves Gentiles, man. This is the start of it. Just like we always say, when you deal with certain topics, sometimes you have to go back to what? The origin. Where it all begin at? Where the account where they made themselves Gentiles? Niggas wanted to be down with this shit. Where?
It says, "And joined themselves to the heathen."
To the heathen. They was never a part of the heathen, man. That's why when you go back into the New Testament, they tell you about how they about the coming back to the Commonwealth.
Or more than that.
All right.
More than that. That's what it be.
In order to be from something, you had to be once of it. This is the kind where they left off, man. All right, and it's still all today, the bulk of them. Where?
It says, last little bit, "And was sold to do mischief."
Mm-hmm. Get that real fast. That backs up what I was saying.
of ancient empires, milestones of history.
Yeah, you can show it.
That's the cover right there. Page 140. Page 140, it says, if Yahushua, it says Jesus, if Yahushua were really a rebel against the Roman government in Judea, he would have been very different from the gentle person Christian doctrine holds him to be. But at the same time, he would be more intelligible historically, for among the Jews of his time, there was a fierce hatred of Roman rule. That rule was an affront to their religion, since they fervently believed that they were the elect people of their God, Yahweh. That's plain, man. And this, did you write these in?
I ain't right there.
I didn't write this. I don't think the apostles wrote this. This is the truth. Anyone who reads the Bible in context, you know that there's a chosen people that were in Roman captivity, and they had a Savior that died for their sins to free them from the Romans, not with the Romans. It tells you in what? Luke 1:68. All right?
And I got another account. This account from around with this is the account around Ptolemy's time. Right, you got that up? Jake was down with those systems, man. Right? But like I said, Yahushua bucked the system. They considered him a rebel, man. He wasn't for this, he wasn't for that world. Nor is he for this world too. We not for this world, man. Yes. Go ahead, Doc.
The Jewish diaspora in the Hellenistic period. The Hellenistic diaspora was for the most part a voluntary movement of Jews into the Hellenistic kingdoms that created the Jewish presence outside of Judea. It's that voluntary. Back in that Maccabees, there were wicked men that went out. Some of the Jews came to Egypt voluntarily as mercenaries, and they were subsequently used by the Ptolemaic rulers to defend the throne against the local population. Some came because they were attracted by Hellenistic culture.
They were what?
Some came because they were attracted by Hellenistic culture.
They were attracted by the Hellenistic culture that was going on, man. Right? And like I say, all that shit started even like Egypt, Syria, Persia, I got the other book at the house. They show you where all that started at, man. Even they had parts of it even going to Morocco, but Alexander, Egypt was a hotbed. Go ahead. Yeah, that was a hotbed in that time. Go ahead.
A few were coerced into coming to Egypt by false promises of riches.
Yup.
Jews as Greek-speaking, non-Egyptians, having the official rank of Hellenes, could attain practically all positions under the Ptolemies.
Come on, man.
Some Jewish communities existed in other kingdoms and cities, such as the city of Antioch, in Syria under the Seleucids, and the Jews in Babylon who chose not to return from exile.
It's heavy, man. Hey, Jake, and it shows you, Jake was, in all of those cultures, Jake became police officer or a centurion, right? Military, all in the military. Jake even got up. Yeah, yeah. It was connected with the Israelites. Right? We can show that too. Right?
He was like the involved man.
Yeah, heathen ain't though. Heathen, you gotta understand, the House Shah is not gonna talk and deal with the heathen. A heathen is not gonna even believe, man. A heathen not gonna even believe.
They ain't supposed to.
He's not gonna be devout. All right? Not only that heathen, but his whole house. All right?
His whole nation.
So much of where Peter is another character that had to go tell about it. Like, The Lord's not going to do that. All that happening, seeing the vision of Israel going. The Lord ain't going to do all that for a heathen, bro. You know. Even when you go into Numbers, we dealt with Balaam and Balak. Even that he was telling how great Israel was going to be. The Lord put a vision on him. See the Lord in these times. Wish it. Balaam right now. Balaam over there. Balaam working over there. At Zap, man. Zap right now. Making
fucking up the chicken.
Yeah, fucking up the chicken, man.
Waiting to get judged.
Yeah, waiting to get judged, man.
Waiting to get judged. Yes.
You making some basil chicken right now.
Messing it up.
Fucking it up, man. I'm about to break my feet the other day. You know? Oh, yeah.
You quoted this earlier, we got to bring it up. This is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted to him less than nothing in vanity.
You hear that one more time, brother?
Come. Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing.
All nations, man. You have 18 nations on the planet Earth. You take out Israel as a whole, you have what? 17 nations left. And the Lord said all 17 of them are as nothing to him.
You can't get around that.
And then he goes even more. He says what?
They are counted to him less than nothing.
Less than nothing. Even more. In vanity.
Negative nothing.
How do you be less than nothing?
It was made with soul.
No? That's what, and like I said, why Pastor Pochop ain't reading this? Why Deacon Rib Tips ain't reading this, man? All right? Them niggas paid off. They're not gonna go into the they're not gonna go into nothing we went into. I can just say that out there. Nothing we just went into, they ain't going into none of that. Because they don't know.
They don't read the Bible, no.
At all, man.
They don't be reading the Bible, man.
Like 3 verses in Psalms.
They don't.
The same song.
Yeah. But they say the Old Testament's done away with it, but they tell you pay tithes though, man. Right? Which we already know 2 tithes wasn't about money. It was a donation. You had grains, you had different things of that nature. You would go and bring that to the front, man. These niggas that made it. These niggas that made it about the money. We didn't dealt with them pastors before, man. And nigga got crushed. Looking for that quiet money. I heard them say that shit, man. I don't want that loud money. I want quiet money. These people are wicked, man. Go ahead, brother.
That Roman.
Oh yeah. We forgot that.
And this is from Andrew J. Schoenfeld, which has a ring to it. Has a pointed ring to it. Andrew J. Schoenfeld, MD. So hey, he's got the credentials, the numbers which you Jakes like to slobber after. Sons of Israel in Caesar's army, Jewish soldiers in the Roman military. The participation of Roman Jewish soldiers in the armies of imperial Rome often goes unrecognized. This is mainly a result of a lack of recognition on the part of scholars who wish to use rabbinic sources as the benchmark for Jewish practice in the imperial age. It is also difficult to identify Jewish soldiers, many of whom had Greek and Latin names, unless they are specifically identified as Jews or are found in a Jewish context. Unless they are specifically identified as Jews or are found in a Jewish context, such as a dedicatory inscriptions from the synagogue. Nonetheless, by using a variety of sources from the period, it is possible to appreciate the depth and breadth of Jewish service in the Roman legions from the time of Caesar down to the early 5th century. There were Jews who served as simple foot soldiers and influential generals like Tiberius, Julius Alexander, who helped take down the southern kingdom during 70 A.D. And Jewish military units such as the Regi, Emesini, Iudei, Judean. Regardless of their relationship or Orthodox Jewish communities of the time, the service of Roman Jews in the imperial armed forces must be recognized.
This is another unit that was a part of Rome. They would have been like the special forces. They even had Jason that, man. All right? All the
Praetorian Guard,
they were like elite soldiers.
they guarded like the Caesar.
Yeah, they had JC and look at that, man. Right? Same thing when I just the verse is read in the Ptolemy dynasty. Right? Even at the what's his name? Tiberius
Julius Alexander.
yeah, the one that was he helped them take down Israelites, man.
Mm-hmm.
So anything you see great in other nations society, they needed Jake to be there.
The Buffalo soldiers, Esau needed Judah to take down Gad.
Yeah. They couldn't do it, they can't do it on their own, man. And then, like I said, once again, Jake was living there amongst these nations. Anything that was great amongst these nations, Jake had to be there. They had to be a part of it, man. Right? I don't know what you Christians think that a region, if you look at Africa, you look at Israel, you look at the little part of Europe, the little poor Christian area. If I'm over here, brother, I'm gonna go over there, brother. I'm gonna cross that water, I'm gonna see what's going on over there. The people just ain't deal, they think that people really just stay in one city, one section their whole life, man.
Especially if you're landlocked like Europe is, you can easily, you don't even need to take a boat. You can take a train, walk there.
You can walk there, man. So just like here in America, you have all nations here, they had all nations going on back then. And dark nations too. Let's put that out there. They had dark nations. That's why I like some of the pure people they put Jake in there, man. You know, they don't just have everybody who's dogs. They have all that old, British talking and shit, and everybody Edomites, man.
They should be speaking Latin.
Yeah, tell it like it is. Go ahead. Yeah, put it in. Oh yeah, bring it up. Yeah, bring it up real fast.
This Acts chapter 16 and 1. Then came he to Derbe and Lystra, and behold, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus, the son of a certain woman, which was a Jewess and believed, but his father was a Greek.
Read that again.
It says, a certain disciple was there named Timotheus.
Timotheus, which Timothy is a Greek name, man. All right? Where?
The son of a certain woman, which was a Jewess and believed.
She was an Israelite woman that believed. Believed in Yahweh Shah, man. Same as Timothy did. But
his father was a Greek.
But his father was a Greek, meaning his father didn't believe, his father was living in a Greek fashion, man. That's what was going on.
If his father was an Edomite, why would it mention that his mom was a Jewess that believed?
Timothy is going to be a Jew. Your father is a Jew, you have to be a Jew. You're what your father is. You're after the house of your father.
But if you can, in some cases, your mind can already go, okay, Timothy's father and mother got together. I'm going to name him Timotheus. I'm going to name him Timotheus. He was after that Greek fashion, man. He named the boy Timothy, but he was an Israelite the whole time. And he became, over time, he became the believer and wake up. So as his mother did. Once you got brothers in the truth, mothers believe, man. They don't come out here to work, but they may help out in a certain way. But they believe, they stay in their place. Right? They let their sons, or sometimes you have the father and the son in the truth, man. And the mother don't believe. Sometimes the mother do believe. You got brothers that mothers believe, their fathers don't believe, man. Wait, but it's all good. But this is the point.
book of Second Maccabees, chapter 6, verse 6. Read, neither was it lawful for a man to keep Sabbath days, or ancient feasts, or to profess himself to be a Jew.
Right. And at the beginning of the Greek Empire, you had a lot of our people sold out because they, like we were going into, they were seduced by the ways of the heathen, but then eventually the heathen just made it illegal. They were fighting against our people that were still keeping the custom. That's why when you read the New Testament, the descendants of the Maccabees, the descendants of the people that were fighting against the Greeks, they looked at the descendants of the Coons as animals, man. What do you bring these heathen in the temple for? They're defiled, right? They weren't literally heathen, but there was that contention because you had a war over who could keep the commandments, and our brothers, our forefathers, they fought for the right to be a Jew, to be an Israelite. So that's why there was a hatred between the circumcision and the uncircumcision. You have to know that history to understand the mysteries of the Bible.
Because of the day.
Yeah. Any little thing, anything. You grew up on that side of town, your grandmother grew up there, in that zip code. I'm a blood, you a crook. I'm gonna replace all the C's with B. I'm bullying. You niggas, man, you find any reason to hate somebody that look like you, but then you love the so-called white man. That was bug out of your minds, man.
Brothers in the truth, the two niggas in the world.
Yeah.
And it's easy to see how back then, Israelites that were living righteously, looking at you acting like a Greek, disgusting animal.
That's how you look at your niggas, man. Right? You a brute, you even say it, brute beast, man. We know you niggas are violent, right? Emotional, right? You just can't see, all right, the way to go, man. That's why in most cases, we stick around you niggas, man. That's what you comprehend. Right? Because we know that if we don't, somebody gonna die. Somebody gonna die around these niggas, man. Right? And I'm a big advocate of that. Stay around these niggas. And I mean, hey, just stay around all these
Everybody.
as we can. You guys done, brother?
This song, just to back the brother up, we all know that Abraham was the Israelite, right? And to speak about his father, he served pagan idolatry in the land of the Chaldeans. All right, this is a known fact. His name is Terah. Look it up. And we all know that Abraham is a what? He our forefather, man. So his father was a what? An Israelite that was serving, idols in the land of the Chaldeans. Who were the damn Chaldeans, man? All right, so come on, man. This is our 1 Samuel 8 and 5. I'm going to start at 4. Then all the elders of Israel gathered themselves together and came to Samuel unto Ramah, and said unto him, Behold, thou art old, thy sons walk not in thy ways. Now make us a king to judge us like all the nations. But the thing displeased Samuel when they said it, Give us a king to judge us. And Samuel prayed unto Yahweh, and Yahweh said unto Samuel, Hearken unto the voice of the people and all that they say unto thee, for they have not rejected thee, but they have rejected me, that I should not reign over them. You jump to the point down here. And when you read this account, he went into telling them the king gonna take their daughters, they're gonna make them slaves, they're gonna make them do all the go off in the law. Y'all put your sons in the army, all right, they're gonna lord over you. But look what they said. It says, He shall take the tenth of your sheep, and ye shall be his servants. It says, and ye shall cry out, verse 18, in the day that because of your king, which ye shall have chosen you, and Yahweh will not hear you in that day. Nevertheless, the people refused to obey the voice of Samuel, and they said, Nay, but we will have a king over us, that we also may be like all the nations, and that our king may judge us and go out before us and fight our battles. So like the brother been saying, our nations wanted to take up the custom and ways of the heathen. Like it tell you in Jeremiah, learn not the ways of the heathen, all right? Because what? The heathen is dismayed at the signs of heaven. They don't know what the Lord doing amongst his people, man. All right, the law, the statutes, the things that come, which are signs and tokens. All right, the heathen don't deal with the heavenly Father. They all got different gods, man. Right? Moab got a god, Buddha, you know, Ishmael, all of them have gods because they know the Heavenly Father don't deal with them, man. All right? All the other nation gods are idols too. The Lord said that in Psalms. You see? But go ahead. That's what our people want to be like the other nations, man, to have a king over.
That's deep right here.
Then the Lord gave him Saul, and Saul just went crazy, man. Yeah. Because he wanted the look, because they was worrying about the look of having a king rather than the spirit of the king, man. All right, because a king, like you said in the conference, a king loved his people. Like he have a love for his people, man. But these kings rule over their people with rigor, man. You got it.
Let me read this real quick. Leave that heat right here. This shuts it down. Go ahead.
2 Maccabees chapter 4, verse 12. He built gladly a place of exercise under the tower itself, and brought the chief young men under his subjection, and made them wear a hat. Now such was the height of Greek fashions and increase of heathenish manners through the exceeding profaneness of Jason, that ungodly wretch, and no high priest.
Yeah.
And when you take people's children and indoctrinate them, that's the next generation right there. Yeah. It don't take long if you take all the young men and you force them to do different acts that's against their customs. By the time they become older, they think it's normal.
I even heard some years ago, one of the elite bankers, he even said it only takes 10 years to fully indoctrinate a nation. Right? So if you have a nation, so if you have a nation and they have kids, and their kids is the start of the next generation, if you fully indoctrinate them with idolatry, filth, NBA young boy, all this lifestyle living, the shoot 'em up thing, boyism, hey, by 10 years come, they're gonna be home, man. No more, you see all sorts of, hey man, the internet is wicked, man. You see some of the shit on there, you be like, yeah, I can't believe Jake even just did this, man. You believe Jake is eating this. Like, from the time we grew up, Jake had some sense of moral, some sense of biblical understanding. Now you got niggas eating raw fish, niggas eating snake now, niggas eating possum. Yeah, niggas doing all sorts of shit. So niggas openly saying niggas on TV talking about eating booty. Niggas, I'm talking about wide open, man. The women are wide open. Nigga in the Moism thing, right? Any ism out there, Jake is there, man.
Yeah, Islamite.
Yeah.
Yo,
Go ahead.
it says that the priests had no courage to serve anymore at the altar, but despising the temple and neglecting the sacrifices, hastened to be partakers of the unlawful allowance in the place of exercise after the game of discus.
Why? Because exercise was the gym. And what they did back then in the gym, they practiced exercise naked, man. Can you imagine a nigga with 225 on the bar, butt ass naked?
Sweating too.
All this public and everything is out, man. And yeah, sweating. You know? And you'd be like, whoa, man, what's up with this nigga, man? Call the police on him. You know? Nigga, gyrate. Wrong getting shit. What the nigga need to be hitting the dumbbells and shit, the curls, naked for, man?
They doing that shit now, bro.
The gym now is just extra gym.
I mean, the tights.
Like I said, and you fucking women, you going down, doing nothing, man. Hanging out. Yeah, you do the same shit.
Imagine seeing that too back in the ancient, the women doing the squats.
Watch this shit, man. You doing the hip ductors. You just on that motherfucker.
Titties wagging.
Monk is smiling.
Titties.
Smiling, man. You know? Like, whoa.
Titties is pretty.
This is wild, brother. You know? Can't go to, hey, a man of the Lord can't go to a public gym.
Yeah, you
Like
can't.
talking about it.
You ain't gonna make it.
You gotta bless your eyes, man. All right? You know, you gotta practice self-control up in that, man.
Yeah, bro, you're right, bro. You might want to just work at home. Yeah, you might want to just work at home, bro.
That man ain't going home.
Either you gonna see something, or you're Jacob from the charge, man. Cause some Jake get in that Jake gets so messed up, man. Jake get to looking like can't get right. Remember that she came in the car? She came in the car with her old girl, and she come up the stairs and look back and can't get right. Can't get right. Come on, get out of there. Come on, get out of there now. This nigga's drooling from the mouth, man. You can't go to these gyms, man. It's just freakism going on, man. Niggas with their shirts off, Edomites, you know they already with the bullshit already mold, man. They coming in there big free balling and shit. Go ahead, Doc.
It says, verse 15, not setting by the honors of their fathers, but liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Not sitting by the honor of their father. Who was their fathers? Anybody, our forefathers, man, from the past. That set up a standard, that set up a structure through the Habashim Shai on how to live, how to be. They wanted to get rid of all that and do what?
But liking the glory of the Grecians best of all.
Liking the glory of the Grecians best of all. Because the Grecians, they live in a wild fashion, man. That's why you think you like to come down here to Bourbon Street? So they get wild out, man. Girls, they made a movie about girls tripping. What that was about? That was about your woman coming down here getting wild, drilled to the floor with galvanized screws, man. Hollowed out, man. Baby, how was your trip? Oh, it was beautiful. Fantastic.
Me and the girls, we went and had dinner, we saw a movie. Oh, yeah.
And she, man, come on, man. Meanwhile, she wiping her lips as if she had done nothing, man. Because they want to live that Greek fashion. They want to do as the heathen do, man. And the scripture tell you in Jeremiah, learn not the way of the heathen. But they can't do that, man. Oh, give me that, what it is? Psalm 106 and 33.
That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, and learn their words. Go ahead.
This verse will go right into that. This verse 16. By reason whereof sore calamity came upon them, for they had them to be their enemies and avengers, whose custom they followed so earnestly, and unto whom they desired to be like in all things.
They desire to be like in all things, man. Unto this day. Unto this day, man. You see it. You've been in the workplace. You see how women want to be like the white woman. She come in with the blonde hair. She got the blue contacts. She's kissing ass, man. It's been plenty of times I'm in that bitch doing something. You got the fucking, you see the machine, you see the black woman come on there. Just smiling, laughing, doing it. I just see women, she like this the whole time, the white woman. She looking up at him and smiling. I said, look at this bitch. You know? The niggas too. Yeah, dog head bitch. Can't stand these niggas, man. Especially a coon nigga. A coon nigga should make your blood boil, man. In society, man. It's anything you need to do against yourself. It's the same thing, man. And that was 1 2.
Oh, yes. Oh, I know that.
That was 1 2, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely was one.
You make me get on that nigga with the baby talking. Go ahead, brother. Spirit get on Jake ass in a minute, man.
I got an older.
But Jake, these fucking coons at the job, they the fucking worst, man. You niggas, they sell out for positions. You niggas sell out your own fucking morality and manhood, man. For these for fucking anything. Yeah. Lightning struck on that. Go ahead, brother.
This real quick. Older but good. It is James 1:1. It says, James, a servant of the Most High, and of Mashiach Yahushai, to the 12 tribes which are scattered abroad. Greeting. All right, now let me go on that word. Scattered abroad, which is diaspora. All right, it says a scattering, dispersion of Israelites dispersed among foreign nations, of the Christians scattered abroad among the Gentiles. In the strong definition, it says the Israelite resident in Gentile countries, man.
In the words of
So this is in that diaspora, you got that John 7:35. Where else would the Lord go? That's why we had to go into other countries, because our people was mingled amongst the people. You had Israelites that took the total customs of other people. You still have it today. All right, it's the same thing today, and that's why that's a mystery of the Gentiles. It's a mystery. All right, because that's not revealed unto you. You can't understand.
I got one.
All right, you don't understand the Ephesians 2, like the brother said, from the commonwealth. All right, of the homeland. You got it.
I got one in the back of that, John.
Come, you got it? Come.
Ezekiel
20 and 25. I got you.
Yeah, bring it out real fast. That go with that when you brought out.
Okay. This is Ezekiel 28 and 25. It says, Thus said Yahweh thy power, when I shall gather the house of Israel from the people among whom they are scattered, and shall be sanctified in them in the sight of the heathen, then shall they dwell in their land that I have given to my servant Jacob. Plain. That's plain.
Going back to this brother brought out Deuteronomy. All right? That was something that came upon us. We had to be scattered amongst the nations, man. So the four corners of the earth, which we went into, that doesn't match you small hats. That doesn't match you heathen. You, like I said, you can put that other BS down about you can be grafted in. Or I can be a spiritual Israelite. No, you cannot be a spiritual Israelite. You have to come from the loins, right? From the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Man, there's no such thing as a spiritual Israelite. Right, which I go into all the time. I think Isaiah 46.
That doesn't match these heathen, but guess who it does match? Right? It also matches that vision about Cornelius, yet the four nicks. Which represents the four corners, man.
Yes.
So the curses in the Israelites and the vision of the unclean, all right, coming from the four corners, that's us, man. It's Jake. It's the 12 tribes of Israel, nobody else.
And we was driven out of Israel, but though yet they plant themselves in there, and they say no war will be in the land or anything. So what's going on in the land don't match with the people that's been there. The people been pushed out, but y'all are in there. So it don't make sense. We supposed to don't see our land until what? Deuteronomy 28 and 68, man. All right, to what? Our Redeemer. Yeah, till our Redeemer come. So if you're occupying that land, you're not the people of the Most High.
I would say that I do mean will be there.
Yup. Fasting dwelling in Palestine.
This scripture right here cuts that you cannot be a spiritual Israelite. All right. This Isaiah chapter 46 verse 3. Hearken unto me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, which are born by me from the belly, which are carried from the womb. All right. We got another one too.
You're not born Israelite, you're not an Israelite.
They'll tell you that in Romans. Just read Romans 9. We'll finish it. You got to have it. How in the hell these so-called pastors and different people can't read Romans 9? That's plain too. That's not in the parable. That's not in the subtitle. It's strictly there. In simple words, got it?
We got one more.
Or you holding it?
We got one more. This is Isaiah chapter 48 verse 1. Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by my name, which are called by the name of Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Jacob.
The waters.
What's that dealing with? What are those waters dealing with? Sperma. Okay? A man's seed. Right? The fruit of there's another scripture. No, fruit of your loins. Which is sperma. All right? Hear ye this, O house of Jacob, which are called by the name Israel, and are come forth out of the waters of Judah, which swore by the name of the Lord, and made mention of the Most High of Israel, but not in truth, nor in righteousness. That's plain. That's plain, man. You have to be from the lawns. You have to be by blood, man. By seed, Israelite, man. Not no spiritual Israelite. That's BS. You nations don't have nothing to do with this, man. You can't take an olive tree and graft in a banana tree. You can't graft in an orange to a strawberry tree, man. It can't happen. Seeds don't mix, man. Even amongst people, seeds don't mix. Meaning, just because if you're an Asian woman in a so-called Israelite man sleep with you, and you bring forth a baby, that baby's still an Israelite, man. Still a so-called Mexican. Yeah, full-blooded, man. Man, we ain't dealing with, because you people so simple here in America. You so low. That bullshit IQ shit, you so low to where you go off color. You go off hair texture. You go off eye color. Simple. That's how simple you is. You go off geography, man.
Right.
Not understanding that most people migrate, people get conquered, people get indoctrinated.
Landmarks.
Huh?
East Coast changed the landmarks.
Yeah, purposely, man.
You remove the alignment.
And you still thinking, that's a white man. That's a black woman. That's how you niggas are, man. All right? You need to go and understand what Numbers 1 and 18 is talking about. All right? You got to know and understand the history, really the history of Israelites. All right? Israelites, even taking and adopting amongst these other nations, one being we always go into the Moors. The Moors went on a tear of this conquering shit, man, and taking the spoils of the women and doing what with the women. What's that movie name? It's called Love. True Romance. They had a scene in there when the dude's son ran out on the mob guy. And they had the daddy sitting there talking. They was talking shit. I guess the guy was a Sicilian.
Yeah, he was Sicilian.
He said, man, you more of a nigga than any goddamn thing. That's those little nuggets they throw out into the society. But you being so goddamn dumb and watered down, you think it's comedy.
He told them,
Yeah.
you know where Sicilian traits come from, right? Well, you had something called the Moors back then who took over southern Italy. They had wops, you know you're being racist. They had wops with blonde hair and blue eyes. But then the Moors did so much fucking that eventually blonde hair and blue eyes became black hair and brown eyes. You're half nigger. Your grandmother's grandmother fucked a nigger, and then your grandson is half nigger.
And then what you did after that?
Yeah.
Boom. But the guy understood that. Like I said, those are those nuggets that throw out there, those so-called Easter eggs that throw out there to you people. They go do this. They do straight this. They go over your heads, man. The Hollywood producers, those that are running this show, they know what's going on, man.
That script was written by Quentin Tarantino. He's a nigga.
Oh, yeah.
He's Sicilian.
They all know where they come from.
Yeah.
They know where they
Hey, man, we had a guy, I don't know, he may still watch, you can watch. He may still watch to this day. I remember he came out with his girlfriend. He said he was from Gulfport. No, he yeah. He said, man. He said he was Sicilian. He said I always wonder why I could always hung around Jake's. I could dance. He had flavor, man. You know. Them Sicilians. Hey, man. They can dress. They can cook.
They look just like Ephraim from the distance. Like you look at them just standing around, they look like Ephraim.
Especially when you see the ones that's like first generation, they got those heavy features.
Yeah. This the shit that America wants to hide, man. Wants to cover up. Let's look into the Irish, the Sicilians, and the Italians of New Orleans, man. What was done to them? What happened on I forgot what particular day on Canal Street with them? They were calling them black, and they hung them on Canal Street, man. They used to have fucking lynch mobs breaking down. Motherfucker lied. He killed like a bunch of them in one day. Told them they throw some white in the first, man. You know?
It just looked like Roman people.
Yeah.
And in that movie, True Romance 2, the first thing was Christopher Walken playing the Sicilian. He told the other guy, now, Sicilians are world-class liars. That sound like Jake playing.
Yeah, man.
The best.
This Deuteronomy 32 and 8. And then this in the NLT. I ain't never read this in the NLT. It says, when the Most High assigned lands to the nations, when he divided up the human race, he established the boundaries of the people according to the number in his heavenly court. All right? So it says also, when he separated the sons of Adam, in 2 Ezra 6 and 56, it says, as for the other people, well, 54, and after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen. So the Lord is putting a separation on the people that came from Adam, because the people are Adamites. All right? Nations came out of Adam. The nations of the people you see are Adam. Well, we all came from Adam. Well, let's see. It says, as for the other people, so the Lord got a chosen people and other people that came from Adam. It says, thou hast said that they are nothing, but be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. And now, O Lord, behold these heathen. So the other people are the heathen, all right, which have ever been reputed as nothing, which goes into their reputation that the Lord has always set them to be nothing. Low, negative nothings, man, and slaves have been to be lords over us and to devour us. With the Lord, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of Israel, man. So the Lord, it says the Lord portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance, man. You got it, bro. I got one.
But this is but to go back real quick, to go back on what he's going into too, let's go back to the origins of the separation. Where was the first time the Lord separated things? Going back to Genesis 11 chapter. The Lord has never been about all people coming together. Right? The Lord has never been about that. So what happened when the other nations tried to come together to build a tower? Right? That was the first start of the New World Order back then they wanted to do. Right? And the Lord shut that shit down. He wasn't with it, man. Give me that, and then, because, get 9 real fast.
It's the book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 9. It says, therefore, is the name of it called Babel, because Yahweh...
Start 7. What else? 5.
Book of Genesis, chapter 11, verse 5. And Yahweh came down to see the city and the tower which the children of men builded.
Children of men going into the heathen, man. Hey, do y'all know the 3 classifications of men? Good. Good. Huh?
Says, and Yahweh said, behold, the people is one, and they have all one language. And this they begin to do, and now nothing will be restrained from them, which they have imagined to do. Go to, let us go down, and there confound their language.
When you go in that word confound, it goes in the word split. Right?
Yeah.
No, which I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
Good.
That they may not understand one another's speech. So Yahweh scattered them abroad from thence upon the face of all the earth, and they left off to build the city. Therefore is the name of it called Babel, because Yahweh did there confound the language of all the earth. And from thence did Yahweh scatter them abroad upon the face of all the earth.
Right. So much to where he started to bring up the line of Shem. One particular son in particular he called what? Peleg. Which Peleg means division. Means to divide, man. All right? The Lord was never about that. Okay? Go ahead, huh?
In Genesis 10 and 25, and to evil were born two sons. Right? Evil goes back in Hebrew. The name of one is Peleg, for in his days was the earth divided. Right? And his brother's name was Joktan.
The Lord was never for everybody coming together. See, that's what y'all be messed up. Y'all remember coming up as a kid, that nigga Michael Jackson on the street when they had a sticker. It was a sticker that go open up, everybody holding hands, the yellow man, the red man, the white man. Fucking bullshit, man. Lord was never about that. But you see what happens when just like actual seeds. If you actually put cabbage with tomatoes with this, one will overpower the other. One will trip off the other. It's going to be messed up.
You're going to lose what makes the one thing special. Yeah. You can start blending together. Just real quick to back.
The same thing happens with people. The one thing that makes Israel special gets tainted. It gets defiled. It gets polluted, man, by dealing with these nations. The men, Jacob fucked up dealing with an Edomite, dealing with a Moabite, dealing with an Israelite woman, man. Our women, which our women ain't supposed to be dealing with these other nations at all, because you're bringing forth what? Their seed, man. When you have a son, your son prolongs your legacy, your name. Your woman, your daughter, all she does is she's married into another house and bringing forth their line. Right? People have lost the whole concept and understanding of legacy and name, nation, tribe, clan. They lost all that over here, man. Completely lost it. Kindreds, remember we went into that. Go ahead, Al.
Real quick to back what you said. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 33, verse 10. And all men are from the ground, and Adam was created of earth. In much knowledge, Yahweh have divided them and made their ways diverse. So the Lord intentionally made the heathen for specific purposes. So when you mingle everybody together and just come together as one, you're doing away with the purpose that the Lord made for the different nations. The Lord didn't make 17 nations that are all the same. All right, even the heathen have their own specific characteristics. All right, Ishmael is a wild man. Esau is the wicked. He's the perfect devil. All right, Moab is a washpot. These heathen have a purpose. In this society, everything's all mingled together. It's confusion.
This is just backing the brothers up. Benjamin Franklin wrote a letter. America as a land of opportunity in 1751. It says the tactics of England or Britain sent to America will have their places and homes soon supplied and increased so largely here. Why should the Palestine board Germany be suffered to swarm into our settlement and by herding together establish their language and manners to the exclusion of ours? Why should Pennsylvania, founded by the English, become a colony of aliens? who will shortly be so numerous as to Germanize us instead of Anglifying them, and will never adopt our language or customs any more than they can acquire our complexion. We're going back and forth between the differences of so-called Negroes coming over here into America and how he wants to divide and have a separation because he's basically for his people, right? And it says, which leads me to add one remark, that the number of purely white people in the world is proportionally very small. All Africa is black or towny, while Asia chiefly towny, America exclusively of the newcomers, only so, and in Europe, the Spaniards, Italians, French, Russians, and Swedes are generally what we call a swarthy complexion. And when you go into that word swarthy, it basically just means black, man. So he's telling you that the people that's coming over here now, they're colored people. They're so-called Israelites, and what we're talking about now. Okay? We don't want them over here. And he's going to actually say that, right? And it says, as are the Germans also, right? And it says the Saxons only accepted who with the English. It says make the principal body of white people on the face of the earth. And it says, I could wish their numbers were increased, right? Because he wants to basically make what we call today, make America white again, right? He wants it to become nothing more so-called white people over here. But they're the ones bringing in and trafficking Israelites. They're bringing Israelites basically over here. And that goes to show you that during the time of the Byzantine Empire, the so-called Dark Ages, the Middle Ages, Jake was ruling over there in Europe, man. It tells you that.
Well, I got it right here. British means the covenant, a man in the covenant. Right? Anglo-Saxon means the sons of Isaac. Right? I have French simply means generous. Big and generous. All those names, that shit was all Jake. Who about Jake, man? Except. Scott goes back to black. Black men. That's why back then I was coming up, apostle that beat me up Scott is going to beat me up black men. Right? You've been lied to, man. You Christians out there that defend absolutely nothing. Okay? Look at the information we brought out within an hour and a half. That's one of your pastors brought out in 5 years of church, man. Right. Good. Come on now. Anybody have anything else?
I just want to say this.
My bad. You got it. Just bring it out anyway, brother. Keep it rolling, brother.
The Lord gonna always interrupt the shit. Babel, which we know it means what? Confusion or Babylon. It's 3 Babylons in the scripture. The Tower of Babel, ancient Babylon, and the dawn of Babylon. But the Lord gonna even what? Intercept this. He gonna shut down their enterprise, man. So all those confusions, all right, the Lord gonna always what? Intervene, man. It's the same thing over and over. Same rule.
He's going to split this bitch.
He's going to split it. He's going to divide it again. The angels going to gather up the nations and divide them. It's never going to happen. We never coming together, man.
Hey, even in one of the first jobs of the angels, going back, I believe, to Matthew 13 chapter, he's going to separate the sheep from the goats. The tails and the wheat, y'all.
We're going to come
Show
together.
you again, emphasizing he's a separatist.
That's a separatist. That's right.
This guy looks like an Israelite, but he's not. I'm going to put him over here. This guy looks like an Israelite. He is. I'm going to put him over here. Right? The Lord been a separatist. The Lord been a racist, man.
Yeah.
Since you like to get all messed up and jello-like in the brain. Yes, the Lord is a racist. There's a lot of you niggas do. You niggas get jello-like. You niggas get moist, man. All right, you niggas get fucked up, man. Because what we're saying, but the truth don't lie. The Lord is for his people. That's all it means to be a racist. You for the betterment. You for the uplifting of your nation, man. the advancement of your nation by all means. Okay? What it is? Now the word prejudice means, it goes back to the word prejudge. Right? It's the other thing, opinion. You know? But yes, the Lord is a racist, man. Oh yeah, you got your phone, you know what you want? You brought out earlier? Bring it out.
This is Leviticus 20 and 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I the Lord Yahweh am holy, and have severed you from other people, and ye shall be mine.
Separate. The key word, separated you from other people, man. This hey, man, the Lord has never, I don't know where y'all get that, the Lord has never been for everybody holding hands together and we are the world. We are the world. Rocking. You niggas were rocking in that video, man. You niggas were rocking in that video, man. Love that shit. Kumbaya by the fire, my Lord. Burning marshmallows, man. Niggas is weak, man. So,
Let me say, go hang John and hang the Proverbs, the wicked still gonna be on the punished, yeah? He ain't gonna have all the quick the wicked. You ain't getting married. You can marry, you know they gonna marry a Jay can have a bet. Nah, you still an Edomite.
still an Edomite, man.
Still an Edomite.
Yeah, baby gonna be a Jake on this side. I ain't seen a man out coming up. Man, what you mean, mama, Edomite? Woo, niggas ain't gone in the world, man. I remember the apostles was bringing out the Gentiles, and back then, with them 10 smart videos, getting down, I remember dudes getting messed up in the head. We're gonna do one to white people, one to no mama. Dear mama niggas, man. Now you back in the world eating jumbo shrimp, all right, with a blackened chicken pasta, man. You niggas is true, man. All because you worried about your mama being an Edomite or your woman. My baby mama Edomite. Okay, what nigga? That's okay. So,
Why refuse to change? Can you
yeah.
Not a Jay, really, she out here.
Yeah.
Said,
You niggas need to stop trying to make them. Yeah. See 7%. Man, get out of here, man. Hey, man, you got 7% water dropping right now. Get the hell out of here, man. Get out of here, man. Hey, you don't use that shit. 23andMe ancestry. That nigga tell everybody they Safari. What is it? If anybody got anything?
The second Ezra chapter 5, verse 27 reads, and among all the multitudes of people, thou hast gotten thee one people, and until this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that people law.
That's a racist statement, man. Out of all the people on the planet, I have gotten me one people.
one people.
That I love.
Love everybody, though. They read, man.
That's the same attributes of feelings and thoughts we got. The Lord the author of that, man. So just like you, when you was young, you had them Hot Wheels cars, line the fuck up. The one that was dead, what you did, you put it to the side, man. With the other ones, you crashed them and shit. You scratched the paint up. You do all sorts of shit. You don't give a damn about it, man. Even amongst people that love, you have a pack of dogs. Look, the dogs have puppies. All them puppies, you gonna have that one puppy that's your favorite, man. You gonna sell all the rest of them all. You gonna keep that one to yourself. The same thing for the Lord. The Lord made 18 nations. How much is that? But He liked one nation out of them all, man. Of all the plants, all the plants on the planet Earth, all the trees and you got one elect. That's a lily, man. Okay? What's wrong with the man? Everybody got their favorite. You got a favorite child. You got children. There's not this. Come on, man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Got a favorite everything.
Out of all your children, you're going to have one. If you got 5 or 6 kids, out of all them kids, you're going to have one of them that you like more.
Lord, brother. Where it is.
And like I said, that guy, Deion Sanders, he constantly have on the video, he constantly had that talking to his children, his daughters and his son. I got a favorite son.
Yeah.
I got a favorite daughter.
Yeah.
And out of all my children, I got one favorite like I got one of them.
That's fact.
Same thing goes with the Most High, man. It is what it is. You might as well accept the fact. What is it, Romans 9 chapter? If this unrighteousness with the Most High, God forbid, man. Go ahead, brother.
Right.
You got a favorite dish you like, favorite color, favorite woman you. All right?
Who? Yeah. Well, this is let me get 9, the Jews did fine. It was Romans 9 and 3. It says, Father, I can wish that myself were a person in grace. But myself alongside my brethren, my kinsmen, according to the flesh.
That shows the character of Paul, man. Paul said, hey, man, I wish I could have been put up on that cross instead of you, man. You know? Go ahead, brother.
For who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption and the glory and the covenant.
Who's the adopted? We're adopted back to Florida. How was God down? Right? Adopted, the what?
The covenants,
The
glory, and the giving of the law, and the service of the Most High, and the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, the Messiah came, who is over all. God bless forever. Amen.
Keep going. Concerning the flesh, but he can't. That's clear. How you get around that? How you just going to verse 24?
Verse 24, it says, even us, whom he had called, not of the Jews only, but also of the Gentiles.
Even us, whom he had called, not the Jews only, but the Gentiles. Now let's find out who the Gentiles are. Keep reading.
As he said also in OC, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not my beloved.
So Apostle Paul is telling you that the no people in Hosea, the first chapter, which are Israelites, are the Gentiles, man. He just told you who the Jews and Gentiles are. There's no way around that. Romans 9, man. That's why you gotta read. I say, I like when you don't figure it out. You figure it out.
It says, and it shall come to pass that in the place where it said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall be called the children of the living power.
Right, that was a prophecy dealing with Israel. Nobody else. There's no heathen prophecy where they would be scattered, lose their heritage, and get it back in the last days. That applies to us, and that's only.
Shalom, Azor, and Brother White. Shalom,
So with that, man, we hope this camp was edifying to the point that always we will praise and honor. In the ones that edify the great millstone, peace, blessing, and salutation out there. Bob, Bob! Bob, Bob! Bob, Bob! Bob, Bob! Bob, Bob!